Hello everyone and welcome to this session. So last time I taught you how to create and drop table, okay, using SQL command. So this time we're going to insert, update and delete some records, okay, using SQL statements. So to insert, we'll use insert command, okay, which is one of the DML. Okay, so DML, okay, ginagamit siya to manipulate data. Okay, so as you can see here, in TBL student, we have student number, last name, first name, middle name, date of birth, and age. So if you want to insert a record, okay, you're going to follow the arrangement. If you don't want to specify the columns, okay, so I will show you two ways on how to insert record in TBL student, okay, but it works the same. So let's start. So just create, okay, query design, and then SQL view. Okay, so gamitin ko lang yung aking magnifier. Okay, so dito, okay, we will use insert into and then the name of the table. So we are going to use TBL student. Okay, so yung first process or first way natin ay we will not enumerate the columns, okay, but we are going to follow the arrangement here. So we must insert record or data to student number first, since student number is the first column, okay, in our table. So we'll use uh, student number, okay, so insert into table student and then values, okay, values, and then you should enclose your values with a pair of parentheses. So I will just put this down, okay, so that it will look more organized. So values, since here student number, so we will insert student number. So student number, okay, is text. So as you can see here in our design, so text, okay, and age is number, and then date of birth is date. Okay, so let's try. Okay, so student number is a text, so we are going to is text or a string, so we are going to enclose string, okay, string values with a pair of single quotation. Okay, so single quotation, so 20, let's say 20-1 2 3 4 5, and then comma, so you are going to separate each value with a comma. Okay, so the next here in our table is last name. Okay, so last name, okay, Maggay, and then comma again. Okay, next is first name and then middle name. Okay, Jake, and then okay, so it doesn't matter kung may space ito mga to or wala. Okay, and then next we have, what's next here is date of birth. Date of birth, so it's still string. So example, uh, 01 28 1989. Okay, and then next is age. So age is a number, so we don't need to enclose the value with a pair of single quotation anymore. Okay, so I'll just put here 32, and then don't forget to, okay, put the close parenthesis. Okay, and then of course end it with a semicolon. Okay, so let's try to run this query. Okay, I will just run this query. Okay, you're about to append one row. Okay, so I will click yes. Okay, and then let's try to open table. So I will, since it's already open, I'll just press F5 to refresh. Okay, F5. There. We have already inserted one record. So that's one way to insert record here. Okay. Another is if you want to enumerate all the columns of your table, you can interchange its value. I'll show you how. Okay. So I will just save this one. Okay. And then I will create new query. Okay. Create and then query design. Okay. SQL view. Okay. So again insert. Okay. Into we will use the same table. TBL student. So ulitin ko, ang SQL statements ay hindi case sensitive. Okay. They are case insensitive. Okay. So this time we will enumerate the columns. So you can interchange the columns. Okay, it doesn't matter if you will follow the same arrangement here. Okay, for example, I want to insert last name, first name, middle name, and then student number. Okay, so I will rearrange or I will disarrange. Okay, the columns here. It's okay. Okay, so I'll show you how. So we're going to enumerate. So what column? Okay, you want to go first, or you want to um, insert a record on it first. Okay, so we will use last name. So we'll specify here last name, and then use comma again to separate each column or each field. Okay, so we have last name, and then first name. We also have middle name, and then we will insert the student number here. Student number, and then you can also use age first, age, and then the last would be date of birth. I'll just check if we have the same spelling. Okay, date of birth, age. Okay, so yan. So dapat make sure na correct yung spelling natin. It doesn't matter kung capital letters or small letters as long as they have the same spelling here. Okay, with your column name. Okay, so there. So we have enumerated the different columns here, and then don't forget to use values, and then again the values you want to insert. So since we put here, okay, we put last name first, so we should insert data for last name first. Okay, so again, okay, mag-guy for last name, and then huwag kalimutan yung ating single quotation for string values. Okay, last name, first name we have Gio. We also have middle name Maribay. Okay, and then student number, let's say 20-1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, and we also have the age like 7, and then date of birth is 1 201 2014. Okay, and then let's close it with a pair of parentheses and then the semicolon. So as you can see here, we have last name, okay, and then first name, middle name, student number, age, and then date of birth. So dapat magkatugma yung ating ilalagay na values. Okay, and then let's try to run this query. Okay. Okay. We're about to append. Click yes. Okay. And then I will refresh this one. Okay. So we have here, we have 2 records already. So let's try to insert one more. So whichever value whichever way okay, you want to use, as long as correct yung ating mga values. Okay? So nasa inyo na yan kung anong gagamitin yung way. Pero in terms of auto number, mamaya I will demonstrate it to you on how to insert record using auto number. If you will insert auto number, you will use this way, okay, of inserting record. You need to enumerate the columns if you want to insert records in a table with an auto number column or data type. Okay, so meantime here, okay, so we use two ways already. Okay, the first one without columns enumerated here, and this one, okay, this second one with columns, okay, being enumerated. So let's try to insert again. I'll just modify this one. So Josephine, and then I'll just put 7, and then let's say 20. Okay, 1980. 9 example. Okay, so we'll try to run this one again. Okay, there. Okay, let's try to check it, refresh. Okay, if your table is being closed while inserting your record, okay, you don't need to refresh it anymore. Okay, mamaya I will demonstrate it to you. I will close a table and then insert a record, and then you don't need to refresh um, the record anymore, because upon opening the table, mag-display na yung ating mga records na na-insert. Okay? So, it's how you insert record, okay, in a table. So, how to modify? Pero mamaya yung modification natin ha, mamaya na yan. We will just also insert record in TBL subject. So, inserting muna tayo, and then afterwards, modification of some records. Okay? So, I'll just close this one. Okay? So, I will close. So there's no table, okay, being opened here. So I will create again query design, and then this time we are going to insert record in TBL subject. Remember, TBL subject has an auto number. So I'll just open it in design view. Here we have auto number. It means you don't need to insert any value on it, okay, because it's already an auto number. Okay, so I'll just close this one. Okay, so insert into TBL subject. Okay, subject. Okay, since we don't need to insert value in subject ID, we will skip this one. So we will not include anymore, okay, in the list of columns. Okay, since it's already an auto number. So saan natin mag-start? So dito na tayo mag-start sa subcode, and then subtitle, and then units. Okay, so subcode, and then subtitle, and then units. Okay, and then values. Okay, so ano yung first value natin? So we have the subcode, let's say IT 112 or 212, and then we have also information management. Okay, and then next is units. Okay, so 3 units, and then we will end it. Okay, we will terminate our statement with a semicolon. So let's try to run this query. Okay, we're about to append one row, so let's click yes. So we will open TBL subject. So you can see here, okay, subject code, information management, and then units 3, and we already have one as the value of subject ID, because this is an auto number. Okay, so let's try again. IT 213, let's say, I don't know, basic networking, then units 3 also, Okay, and then let's try to run this query again. Okay, there. Okay, so of course, again, you can also interchange this one if you want to insert value for subtitle first. Okay, subject title. Then last would be the subcode. It says okay, but you also need to exchange the location or the position of your values. So since here we have subtitle, we have, let's say, computer programming. Okay, 2. So let's say 3 units, and then subcode is IT. Don't forget to enclose it with a pair of single quotation. IT 214 or 215. Okay, then let's try to run this statement or query. Okay, so let's try to open our table. There, we have already here. Okay, so that's how you insert record if you have an auto number column. Okay, so now how to modify. Okay, if you want to modify, okay, uh of course you will use the update command. So update, let's say we will change the subject code. Okay, the subject code of what to record, this one, subject ID with primary key number 3. Okay, yung sa atin yung kanyang subject ID. So since subject ID is the primary key, we will use this one as our criterion in selecting a specific record to be modified. Okay, because if you will not specify what specific record to be modified, lahat yan mag-change. Okay, so we will make this one, okay, into IT214. Okay, so let's try. Where's the column? Where's the query now? Okay, I'll create an again. Query design and then scale view. Okay, so update TBL subject. Okay, so what will you set? Set. Okay, so we are going to set the subcode. Set subcode equals IT 215 or 214. Okay, so we need to use the where clause. Where, okay, subject ID equals, okay, so if you can remember here, we are referring to subject ID 3. Okay, because if you will not use where clause, lahat na mamaya ng ating records, yung tatlong records dyan, magiging 2IT214. Okay, so you need to specify it. So do not use single quotation anymore. So subject ID equals 3, this one, we are referring to this one. Okay, subject ID equals 3. Okay, then semicolon. Let's try to run our query. Okay, you're about to update one row. Yes, so let's try to open it. There, it's already ID214. What if you want to change all the columns, like subject code, subject title, and units? Example, I will change this one, okay, basic networking, to PE13, and then I will use PE13, and then uh, I will use physical fitness 3. Okay, and then the units will be 2. Okay, let's try it. Okay, so update table subject set subcode equals, subcode is PE13, and then use comma again to separate each column, okay, to be modified. And then we also have the subtitle, subject title equals physical fitness 3. And then, next is the units. Units equals 2, where subject ID equals, okay, what subject ID is 1, 2, where subject ID equals 2, okay, 2. So let's try to run our query. Okay, let's try to open our table. Ayan. Ayan na siya. So, P13, physical fitness 3, and then, units 2. So, yung una kanina, isang column lang yung naset natin. But this time, lahat. But, if you will integrate your code in your programming language like VB.NET or C#, you need to use this type of um, code or yung way of modification kasi hindi mo naman alam kung alin doon ang i-change ng user. Okay? Kung isang column lang ba o lahat ng columns ang mag-change. Okay? So, it's better later on if you will integrate your code or your SQL statement in your programming language, ganito yung magiging structure niya. You need to change all your tawag doon, columns. Okay? Yung value niya. I-specify mo lahat. Okay? Kapag yung primary key nagamit na siya, okay, it has been used in another table, meron na siyang foreign key, okay, hindi mo na siya pwedeng i-change. Kapag kunwari, yung ating student number, okay, na ginamit ko siya sa registration. Once na meron na siyang record na na-link sa ibang table, hindi mo na siya pwedeng palitan unless i-delete mo lahat ng nakalink sa kanya na record. Okay? Pero yung ating subject ID, since auto number siya, hindi mo siya pwede i-change. Kasi auto number siya. Okay? I-change mo lang yung na-input na primary key. Pero once na nagamit na siya sa ibang table, hindi mo na siya pwedeng i-change. Kasi meron na siyang foreign key. Naging foreign key na siya sa ibang table. Okay? So, that's how you update or to insert, update record. Now, how to delete a record? Okay? Let's try to delete a record. How? Okay, using the delete command. Okay, delete, okay, from tbl subject, okay, subject, okay, where, so kailangan mo rin i-specify yung record na i-delete mo kasi pag wala yan, wala kang where clause, okay, wala siyang tayong condition na i-meet, lahat na yun ng record mo ay madi-delete. Okay, if you have thousands of records, pag wala kang where clause, lahat na yun madi-delete. Okay, so it's very important to use where clause if you want to modify or if you want to delete a record. So where, so we want to delete a particular subject. We want to delete this one. Okay. PE13. Okay. Where subject ID equals 2. Okay. Delete from, okay, table student. So delete and then of course from close and then yung ating table. Delete from table subject where subject ID, okay, always use the primary key. Okay, since unique na yan, automatic na isang record lang talaga yung tinutukoy niya. Okay, equals 2. Okay, subject ID equals 2. So let's run our query again. Okay, so we're about to delete one row from the specified table. Click yes. So here, there. Since naka-open yung table natin kanina, okay, kailangan mo lang i-refresh, okay, para mag-update yung ating records. There. Wala na yung ating PE13. So, let's try also in TBL student. Let's try to delete a record. Or let's say this one, I will change the date of birth or the age. Okay, I will change the age of 20-12347 to let's say 30 example. Okay, so update table, update TBL uh, student. Okay, since we are referring to TBL student, after update TBL student, set age equals 30. Okay, where student number equals 20-12347. So let's verify it. 20-12347. Okay. So let's try it. Okay. Wala bang mali dito? Okay. Let's try to run our query. Okay. Here. Became 30 already. Okay. So let's try to delete this one. 20-12345. Okay. So delete. Delete from TBL student. Okay. Where student number equals 20-12345. Basta ang ano lang, ang laging tatandaan, you should use where clause, okay? You should include a condition na imimit ng ating statement para hindi lahat ng record natin ay madidelete sa ating table. Okay? So where student number equals 20-12345. So let's run our query again. Okay. Yes. Here. F5. There. Mag-gajek has been deleted. So that's how you insert, okay, update, and delete records in your table using SQL statements. Okay. So please take time to learn this, and then please be ready with your next exercise. So that's all, and thank you very much.